Once upon a time, in a busy city, there was a dog wandering the streets. He was a pitiful sight to behold. His nose was missing a part, and his mouth was torn open, making him look frightening to anyone who passed by. People would cross the street to avoid him, and some even threw stones at him to shoo him away. But despite his appearance, the dog was still full of love and affection. He wagged his tail and whimpered, hoping for a kind human to show him some compassion. One day, a kind-hearted woman named Sarah saw him lying on the side of the road, and she couldn't ignore his plight. She approached him cautiously, and to her surprise, he didn't bark or growl, but instead wagged his tail and licked her hand. Sarah was horrified by his condition and decided to take him to the local animal shelter. The shelter staff was shocked by the dog's appearance, but they saw the same loving spirit that Sarah saw in him. They took him in and named him Tommy. The news of Tommy's plight soon spread through the city, and people from all over started to donate to his cause. They were touched by Tommy's courage and resilience in the face of such adversity. The shelter staff was overwhelmed by the support, and they knew that they had to do everything in their power to help Tommy. Finally, the day of Tommy's surgery arrived. Sarah was there to hold his paw as the veterinarian worked to repair his nose and mouth. It was a long and difficult operation, but finally, it was over. Tommy was bandaged up and sent to recovery. As Tommy recovered, his appearance began to improve. His nose was no longer missing a piece, and his mouth was no longer torn open. He was still scarred, but he was now a beautiful dog with a loving heart. The shelter staff decided that Tommy was ready to find his forever home, and they started the process of adoption. It wasn't long before Sarah stepped forward and offered to take Tommy home. Tommy now lives with Sarah in a comfortable home, and he's never been happier. He spends his days playing in the yard, going for walks, and snuggling with Sarah on the couch.